But let's make something abundantly damn clear. It's that is the true heir to Led Zeppelin. Metalheads, welcome to Graphic Metal, where metal is celebrated with design in mind. This is one of a 9-part series in which I give you my favorite albums of 2023, broken down by the different subgenres of both rock and metal, with this specific episode focusing on hard rock, or more specifically, anything within the realm of classic blues, soul, folk, garage, and or hard rock. To be crystal clear, this is a personal preference list only with the intent to celebrate and to support these amazing bands and the rock and metal community as a whole. If you choose to comment, please respect me, each other, and the bands. And if you end up liking any of them, please find a way to support them. The rating system in which I use to evaluate these albums include the music, the production, and the concept. Each of the metrics are then measured, tallied up, and given an overall score, the Graphic Metal score. It is also worth noting and remembering that these are albums, not songs, albums. Soon, I will be releasing all my newly created designs to pay tribute to each of these bands and albums. So keep a lookout for them. So with that, put away those blues, because here are the best hard rock albums of 2023. Number 10, Can't Find the Brakes by Dirty Honey. Graphic Metal score of 83. Aerosmith may be on its last leg, but Dirty Honey is here just in the nick of time to carry on its torch. This bluesy based hard rock band coming via Los Angeles, California, this being disc number 2 for them, they do nothing that stands out. However, they do channel the good old days of classic hard rock of the 70s quite well, and is banking on the fact that you still miss it. Because of this, calling this one the Sweet Ride album of 2023. Nothing else really to say other than enjoy the ride. Number 9, The Shepherd and the Wolf by Shamas. A Graphic Metal score of 85. These wild animals with an emerald glow roam these lands with their heads held high under the wolf moon through the cosmic rift of time to seek the divine. Borderline between both blues and prog rock, it opens with a homage to Conan the Barbarian. Let me tell you of the days of high adventure. It is an origin story, introducing listeners to the shepherd character and an adventure into the world of nature and fables, of carnage and greed. Because of this, we'll call this one the Dungeons and Wolves album of 2023. debut for this Canadian rock band from Toronto, spawning out as a new project, a new solo project from Shamas, who was the keyboardist for the award-winning platinum-selling rock pop duo called Bros. Curry, who acts as the shepherd, tapped drummer Matt Worry Smith to represent the wolf, and bassist Soren Nilsson embodying the giant. The album itself is a little chaotic. I do love the sonic atmosphere it creates, but it is a tad tough to follow. Where it shines, however, is in its branding. Naturally, I was drawn to the larger-than-life quest that it has. Not often does a game come accompanying with an album. In this case, this one does. They customly created a card game in the vein of like Magic the Gathering to build the connection the audience can have to the music and to the story. Yeah, now that's how you do it, Shamas. The divine was, in fact, all along your love. Number 8, Black Rainbows by Corin Bailey Ray. Grafikmetal score of 86. Taking the chaotic, intertwining, and experimental creativity to another level. We have this jazzy, bluesy, and unhinged collection of songs which finds Ray at total comfort and ready to just be free to pursue the ideas that are coming from her soul. This is disc number 4 as a solo artist for Ray, coming via Leeds, England. I don't care much for politics appearing in my music, but I do love creativity, and even more so when emotions are captured effectively. In this case, this is where this album really shines. Doubt, anger, glee, pride, and peace delivered as if it was like an abstract fine art piece that's just not interested in following any rules. And I love that. I love the rawness and the purity of heart. And because of this, we'll call this one The Beauty Is Found Here, album of 2023. Number 7, Evolution of Joy by Jackie Venson. Grafikmetal score of 86. Let's take out that cassette tape and rewind it for a moment. 2021 Love Transcends by Venson took me by surprise. It just impressed the hell out of me. So I was eagerly anticipating her latest. Unfortunately, as a collective unit, it struggled to keep my interest all the way through. But this is one of those cases where the talent, appreciation, and just overall vibe with enough of really strong tracks allowed itself to be still kept within the overall list. Coming via Austin, Texas, it's her 4th cassette and sees her continue to explore wherever her piano, soulful voice, and bluesy guitar leads her to. This time around, opting for a much more grander, more current, and positive direction. And because of this, we'll call this one the #trending album of 2023, which It's worth noting that was a clever idea to add hashtags at the end of all her songs. Standout tracks are When It's Right, Back to Earth, and I Will Find a Way. Number 6, Darkbringer and Lightbringer by Rival Sons, a Grafikmetal score of 87. Now we switch to Double Vision with the balance of both dark and light. I had a difficult time assessing what to do with this with them because I had beef with the poor decision to release them as two separate discs when it does not appear there is a rhyme or reason to do so. Even worse is that the thematic idea and titles leads you to believe that there is something more here, which is why I can't help but feel like there was just a giant missed opportunity. With that said, on the other hand, there is a damn fine number of great songs between the combination of them. So I decided to do them a favor and just pretend it's just one and call it a day. Album 7 or 8 for them coming via Long Beach, California. Make no mistake, it still is really strong and sees them not so much as like reinventing themselves, but clearly just refreshed, energized, and inspired coming out of the last few, dark days, which probably is where the thematic, titles came from. I don't know, it just felt like the notes hit harder, felt more personal, and just the music and the lyrics just felt more relatable than on their previous albums. And because of this, we'll call this one the Mirror Within album of 2023.
If tomorrow is looking weary, don't be sorry, babe, I'm coming through.
Number 5, Maxine by Howling Sun, Grafikmetal score of 87. From double to single vision we surface to. A lot of similarities here, and should, quite frankly, not be this high on the list, but subjectively found myself drawn to its energy, simple, straightforward, and focused delivery. This 4-piece band from Bergen, Norway, stripped out the psychedelic and stoner in favor of classic rock with a British sound on their second release. I see a lot of inspiration from Jack White, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and the Rolling Stones. And because of that, and because of their just heavy focus on blues, we'll call this one the Blue Sun album of 2023. Number 4, Smokey Mirror by Smokey Mirror, Grafikmetal score of 89. All right, let's spike your drink and jolt you with some much needed energy. This debut from a spicy 4-piece from Dallas, Texas is chock full of energy. It sees them nurture their untamed, unhinged, scorched earth, gospel-like sound and contains it with its raw, intense energy into a surprisingly coherent and fulfilling disc. This one easily stands out because of its like just free form, loose, progressive like delivery, yet packed with that energy of theirs. I could do without the, the filtered, odd sounding vocals that they use from time to time, but remove that, and this was a real pleasure to listen to. And because of this, and to pay homage to a classic video game from 91, we'll call this one the Scorched Earth album of 2023. Masters of their craft and fueled with passion. This is definitely a band to keep a close eye and attention on, or at least to check them out at South by Southwest. Number 3, News from the Invisible World by The Fierce and the Dead, Grafikmetal score of 91. If you want to listen to an album that makes you feel like you're reading an epic mystery thriller, this one is definitely for you. It keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire way. At no moment do you have any clue as to what is going to happen next. Creativity will always shine. This one put a stamp on my mind and had me coming back to on a regular basis because of its ability to offer something I've never really quite heard before. It's a shame no one has really heard of this potent, innovative band on album 4 for a 4-piece via London, England, who is particularly interesting, or what is particularly interesting, I should say, is their cross-pollination just of mixing styles in a surprisingly modern produced way. They are clearly a prog band, but rooted with blues, yet produced as a new age alternative rock band. Because of this, I am shocked that they don't have more numbers. For a band with this much creativity that sounds this accessible, you would think that they would have a trajectory similar to the likes of like Tool, Mastodon, or Queens of the Stone Age. Nonetheless, because of their obscurity and difficult to reference, not to mention already having a really killer name to begin with, I'm simply going to call this one Music from the Invisible World album of 2023.
Oh, my love, she's gone away. Yeah, yeah, just in time. They should have told me that, pretty baby, now it's getting colder. Pretty baby, just get older. Pretty baby, get out of my.
Number 2, Weight in Gold by Whoopiecat, Grafikmetal score of 92. It may not sell like gold, but it is gold to my heart and should be to anyone who actually listens to it. Greta Van Fleet may have the illusion and the numbers, but let's make something abundantly damn clear. It's Whoopiecat that is the true heir to Led Zeppelin. In 2018, they released Grafikmetal's album of the year in Illusion of Choice. Took some time, 5 years to be exact, but they are back. And this one is equally as strong, though not quite as ambitious as their previous one. These gents and gal from Melbourne, Australia they're about as good as modern music gets to what music meant like in the 60s and 70s, including lyrically with themes such as perception, corruption, health, love, and spirituality. Each of them are absolute masterclasses at their craft, and their chemistry and passion just shines with radiant love. Bluesy, soulful, and harmonious. Harmonious. They just defy time. And damn it, they should have much more attention. But regardless, they are in my heart. And because of this, and because of the lyrical theme, I'm going to call this one the Sound of Love album of 2023. And we are almost here. But before we unveil number one, here are some honorable mentions. Revelation by SienaRoot, Grafikmetal score of 83. I love this band from Stockholm, Sweden, but this was not their best output. Still worth checking out if you are not already familiar with them, especially if you like soulful, bluesy vocals, as Zubaida has that down in spades. Jared James Nicholas by Jared James Nicholas, a Grafikmetal score of 81. The talent, vibe, and energy is definitely there, and also fantastic live too. But outside of a few highlights from time to time, I don't feel like he has yet mastered the art of great songwriting yet. But it's still an artist via East Troy, Wisconsin, to keep an eye out. This was actually his debut. Blues Deluxe Volume 2 by Joe Bonamassa. Feels like he's been around forever, despite just being a ripe age of 46. Because of his stature and the expectations placed on him at such a young age, in fact, just 12 years old, it is so easy to overlook him and the skill that he possesses. And I do genuinely think that happens, but I also still don't think, just as we just talked about with James, I don't think that he has truly mastered the art of songwriting yet either. I know that is a risky thing to say for an artist as beloved and respected in the industry as him, but talent is not everything. And whereas this is yet another just damn good collection of songs, I guess I'm just still patiently waiting to see him take it to the next level. Medicine by Orchestra Gold, Grafikmetal score of 83. From Oakland, California, this Malayan genre-bending band artfully fuses African roots with psychedelic and blues rock in a rhythmically funky and cosmic-like way. Highly recommend giving it a listen to. All right. The number one is upon us. Want to know what it is? The number one hard rock album of 2023 is... Number one, Asking for a Ride by White Reaper, a Grafikmetal score of 92. I don't think anyone is hitchhiking these days, but I do recommend you take this short but fun ride with White Reaper. What makes this disc so good to the ears is its versatility, catchy riff and melodies, and overall cozy vibe. It's an album you'll want to put in while in the car, at work, driving the lawnmower. It's a any day kind of vinyl, rain or shine. Jam out like it's Thin Lizzy on Fog Machine. Release your tension with asking for a ride or Funny Farm. Feel good and sing along to Bozo or Getting into Trouble with Your Boss. Or get inspired with Heaven or Not or Pages. It's White Reaper's third album, who come via Louisville, Kentucky. It was my first introduction to the band, and based on what I can tell, seems like a really strong new and upcoming band to keep an eye on. Punk, check. New Age, check. Alternative rock, check. Metal, check. Not a bad song on the disc outside of maybe Thorn. I'm just as shocked as probably you are to see it on the top of the hard rock list, given it is just basic punk / alt rock. But it got a huge boost in the score with its strong branding and design. The album cover is sensational, inviting, intriguing, and well executed. Love it when it feels like it's not like it's a work of art rather than just like a cover. Which, I mean, even the title itself is embedded within the design. In this case, clearly, cleverly embedded within the side of the building within the design. The metal inspired band logo is badass. Their abbreviated mini mark version is also fantastic. Merch is great, and even their playful cassette tape designs that they use on the songs uploaded on YouTube are just all phenomenal. Long story short is that they have the branding down in spades. Only nitpick is when over criticizing the cover, I do wish it fused a little bit more of the song and lyrics like directly within it, unless of course I'm just missing something, which let me know if that is the case. I definitely would like to know that. And in honor of the wicked fun cover design, I'm gonna call this one the Characters Are Welcome album of 2023. And that was the list. Now you got 8 more to go, episodes within the different subgenres of both rock and metal to check out. The links to them, along with the playlists and to this one, can be found in the description below. Also, soon I will be releasing all my newly created designs to pay tribute to each of these bands and albums. So keep a lookout for them. Until the next time, cheers and keep on rocking.